Hi guys, welcome to today's video. How have you all been doing? I hope you had some fantastic days. Guys, for today's video, we are for once not going to do an NBA 2K rebuild. We want to make some other content as well. And of course, 1 year in the league, we are going to have a look at the NBA rookies from the 2023 draft. We are going to do a mock draft simulation where I'm going to pick the rookies. I would think 1 year later, which makes a lot of sense for the teams. So yeah, just kind of see where the rookies land and what the changes are going to be. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do so, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like, thumbs up, and maybe write a comment, write me a feedback. I always really appreciate it. I love you guys, and let's just jump right into the video. Alright guys, so we are here at NBA Mock Draft Data by Simulator. It's not the best one. I like Fanspo way more, but it's the one I found. I couldn't deal with Fanspo, it didn't work. So let's just start right away. And of course, with the first pick, we have the San Antonio Spurs, and it's obvious who we take. The Rookie of the Year, one of the most dominant rookies we have ever seen in this league. I'm so happy that he was able to deliver, because there was definitely a lot of pressure for him, and there were times where I thought, oh, hopefully he doesn't become like a second ball. And yeah, so I'm very happy. He looks like a franchise star. He looks like a multiple all-star DPOY winner of the year, maybe MVP candidate. So of course we take Victor Wembanyama. So with the second pick, the Charlotte Hornets took Brandon Miller, and you know what, we are going to stick with that decision. It was a shocker for some guys, including me, that they took him. I was completely wrong with him. He looks really solid with the Charlotte Hornets. Him and LaMelo Ball and Mark Williams and others can do amazing things there. I really hope they can just stay healthy, and I'm very excited to see a second season from Brandon Miller. So very nice to see him delivering and living up to the expectations as a number 2 guy. So yeah, we definitely take him, and he could also be a all defensive team making candidate. So now third, we have the Portland Trail Blazers, who of course took Scoot Henderson. Yeah, he didn't have a good season, not at all. Of course, the team is not really good, coached by Chauncey Billups. They have so many guards, and yeah, it just didn't really look so good. So we are going to make a different decision here, and we are actually going to take Amen Thompson, who was of course taken by the Houston Rockets. I think him is making a lot of sense with the Trailblazers. Of course, he can play as a guard, but also as a small forward, and they definitely need that. So it makes a lot of sense. His elite defense, and yeah, they have enough shooting around him, like Anthony Simons, Shaden Sharp, DeAndre Ayton and others. They can really do the offensive part of the game, and he can really concentrate on the defense. So it makes a lot of sense. He can start as a point guard, as a small forward, as a shooting guard. Yeah, so he is of course the better pick. But yeah, it was hard to say before the draft, so I take Amen Thompson. Now with the fourth pick, we have the Houston Rockets. And you know what, we could look at the Cam Whitmore and Osar Thompson or Scoot Henderson even. I mean, it makes sense for them to go for a guard, so I think I will stick with a guard. So it's between Anthony Black or Scoot Henderson, and just based on potential, I would draft Scoot Henderson. Like, he's in a much better system in Houston, with Coach Ime Udoka, with Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, some leadership of Jeff Green, youngsters of Jalen Green. So yeah, it's a much better situation for him, and maybe he could really live up to the hype coming into the draft. So yeah, him going to the Houston Rockets at 4 does make a lot of sense for me. So now we have the Detroit Pistons, my Pistons, with the 5th pick. Of course, we could take Osar Thompson. We probably will. Another one I was thinking about is Cam Whitmore. I would have loved it if Scoot would have fell to us, because then we could put Kate Cunningham to the small forward, which I start believing is his better fit than the point guard. So it's really between Cam Whitmore and Osar Thompson, and you know what, I'm happy with his rookie year, so I take Osar Thompson. Now we have the Orlando Magic 6th pick, so again it's pretty much between Cam Whitmore or Anthony Black. I think Orlando really loves Anthony Black, so yeah, it makes a lot of sense to take him once again. Um, and you know what? We will do that. So seventh pick is the Indiana Pacers. They took Jarvis Walker, who was really strong in the G League, but in the NBA has not done a lot. Of course, they made a big trade for Pascal Siakam when they saw that they can really compete for the playoffs and the championship. So they decided to go for a veteran, and yeah, Jarvis Walker just never really got minutes. They of course also brought in Obi Toppin just after the draft, like for 1 second round pick, I think. So that was definitely a crazy trade. But based on talent, I do go with Cam Whitmore to the Pacers at 7. So he jumps up like 11 picks. That's great. So we have Washington Wizards, who of course took Bilal Coulibaly. Yeah, he showed some good potential. He's just very young, 18 years of age, I think. We saw the potential of him, so not a bad pick at all. But I'm also looking at Cason Wallace. Like, he could become a starter right away at a point, or maybe together with Tyus Jones. So yeah, I think it's the better pick to go with Cason Wallace because he can just deliver something right now, and they have some minutes to give away at the moment. So yeah, he comes in and he can become a starter right away. So I take him with the 8th pick. 9, Houston Rockets. They took Taylor Hendricks. He did not play a lot at the beginning of the season, but at the end he did get some minutes. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it really works out for him, so I probably take somebody else. We of course also could go Keontae George, who I really love. I'm a big Keontae George fan. I think the potential is definitely there. So it's really between him or Jordan Hawkins. I think what I've seen, I go with Keontae George. I have him a little bit higher than Jordan Hawkins. So now we have the Dallas Mavericks. They definitely could use a power forward. They did bring in PJ Washington and Gafford. So, but yeah, going back to the draft, so we could look at Bilal Coulibaly, Derek Lively. I mean, he was very solid for them, kind of exactly what they need. But Tyler Hendricks still being on the board. It's really between him and Derek Lively. So I think I go Lively. I think it just is a very good pick. Orlando Magic, of course, took Chet Howard, somebody who didn't get any minutes, I believe. So we're definitely going to stay away from that. And we are again looking at players like Jordan Hawkins, Bilal Coulibaly, Tyler Hendricks. I think just on potential, we go with Bilal Coulibaly. He has time in Orlando, he can develop, and it makes a lot of sense for me to take him. So we take him with the 11th pick. So now we are OKC with 12. They of course took my guy Cason Wallace, who is gone by now. So we are looking at some shooting or big man. Again, Tyler Hendricks, Jordan Hawkins. I think those are the guys we are looking at. Podziemski, I think Jaime Jaquez, also interesting. I think I go rather with a big guy, so I think I take. I actually am going to take Jaime Jaquez to OKC. I really like that. Toronto took Grady Dick. We're going to stay away from that. Again, we're looking at Tyler Hendricks, maybe Bryce Sensabaugh. Podziemski. It's a little bit older. So we are looking for young guys. I am not sure how old Tyler Hendricks is, but we're going to go with him. New Orleans Pelicans, we stay with Jordan Hawkins. If he's still there, we take him, no brainer. Atlanta Hawks, again, we could look at a Nick Smith Jr., we could look at a Brandon Podziemski. They do have a lot of guards, so you know what, finally we're going to take Jarvis Walker just based on potential. Like, give him some minutes and we will see. He is great, he has such great athleticism. I don't know about his shot, but just give it a try. At 15 you cannot do much wrong with that. Next up, Utah Jazz, who did take Keontae George. He is already off the board. So we can look at other players, and I think it's time to take Brandon Podziemski. Yeah, he's the best player available at the moment, in my opinion. Could look at Ben Shepherd maybe. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Keontae Johnson, somebody I really have not seen in the league. Kamara, somebody I really liked, so maybe it's worth to look at him. So Kamara or Podziemski, and I definitely take Podziemski. So the Lakers, you know what? You want some Grady Dick? They need a forward. They need some shooting. You know what? Give me Grady Dick. At the Miami Heat, of course, took Jaime Jaquez. So, of course, he's gone. We look at Chichi Jackson. I think it fits perfectly. The Golden State Warriors. We look at players like Jalen Hood-Schifino, who did not do much. Kobe Buffkin, maybe. Derek Whitehead, somebody who has potential. But is that Marcus Sasser? I think is a no-brainer. I think we will take him. Yeah, let's just take Sasser and take him out. So him going to Golden State is really nice. Yeah, I think 19 fits him. That's a fair little pick for him. Trace Jackson Davis going to the Rockets at 20. Or we could look at maybe Jalen Hood-Schifino. Then we have two guards. You know what? Jed Howard maybe. Bryce Sensabaugh. Yeah, it's just kind of a no-brainer, I guess. Jalen Hood-Schifino to the Rockets sounds fine. So Brooklyn Nets, they just need young players. So we go ahead and draft my guy. Trace Jackson Davis is a little bit older, but he's perfect for what they need. They also can get Kobe Buffkin. So the Trailblazers, just again, young players. Nick Smith Jr., I think he has a lot of potential. Should we reunite the Murray twins, kind of like the Wagner brothers in Sacramento? Or we could look at some shooting from Jed Howard. I don't think he should be in the first round. Like, he really did not look good, in my opinion. We could also look at the Andrew Jackson, I guess. Amari Bailey, somebody I do have a lot of hope in for the future. Emoni Bates, but he didn't really do a lot out of Michigan. Or just a Kamara, like for salad defense. Celtics took, of course, my guy Jordan Walsh. We stay away from that and take Bryce Sensabaugh out of Ohio. Indiana Pacers, we took Cam Whitmore, so again we are probably looking at a guard. So it's between Jed Howard, Derek Whitehead, and you know what? I do think Derek Whitehead has more potential. 27th pick, Charlotte Hornets. We probably take Jed Howard, I guess. Let's see if there's anybody else. Like a Ben Shepherd has been looking really solid, so let's just take him from who actually plays really good in the playoffs now. Next one up is, I think, the Utah Jazz. Yeah, we took George Podziemski, so we could look at a forward, could bring in like a Chris Murray, Noah Clowney. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of either one, to be honest. Kobe Brown maybe. Emoni Bates. I mean, by now it's probably just potential, right? So it's tough, man. It's really tough. I guess I take Casalon. I don't know. Let's just take best player available, Chris Murray, with the 28th pick. 29 goes to Denver. So we have to be careful here. Who could help us right away? I think Andrew Jackson is probably a no-brainer. You know what? Let's take him. He can get some minutes right away. So the Clippers at 30, just probably Noah Clowney. You know what? Let's just do that. The Pistons 31. I guess give me Jed Howard. I think he is out of Michigan, so that makes a lot of sense. James Nachi, should we bring him in to his brother? Or CD Sissoko, we could also give a tryout. Yeah, but Emoni Bates probably just for potential. So the Spurs, like we still have Leonard Miller, so I think him going to the Spurs makes a lot of sense. Charlotte Hornets, we could look at a player like James Nashi, City, like Sissoko has some potential. Or the Wizards, I mean, again, they just need young players, young talent. Jordan Walsh is here. He could become something. You know what? Let's go with him. The Magic, I mean, by now we just probably need a big man. So I probably go with James Nashi or Oliver Maxence Prosper. Let's go with James Nashi, take him out of the game. Again, we take Olivier Max Prosper. Now with the Kings, probably could take Colby Jones. They took him, they have him right now, so I guess we take him. The Hornets have 2 more second round picks. I do believe in Amari Bailey, so we take him. Now Maxwell Lewis, he plays for the Lakers, so we take him B+, so that is salad. Now Charlotte Hornets, again with the final pick, we probably take Julian Strawther, who can play just a little bit right away. Ryan Rupert going to the Wizards. Trailblazers, I don't know. Right by now it doesn't really matter too much. Julian Phillips, I guess. The Spurs can take a try on Jalen Wilson, who had some minutes with the Nets. Memphis 45, probably just take. Yeah, those players are not a big deal anymore, so probably take Kobe Brown. I guess so. Council going to the Hawks, you can play a little bit G-League for them. Pacers, Smith, by now it's just pretty much best player available. Clippers, they take probably Keontae Johnson. The Cavs, Tristan Vukcevic. Thunder have the 50th pick. We probably take Isaiah Wong, Jalen Clark out of UCLA. He has some potential. Sanogo going to the Nets. Suns get. Who else is here? Yeah, I don't know much about those players. Suns get Gay. The Wolves, Jordan Miller, Isaiah Wong, I think makes some sense for them. The Kings, I don't know. You can just. Who is they're suggesting Chivibe, I don't even know himself. Lundy, yeah, let's just kinda Jordan Miller, Mike Miles, Jalen Slauson, Pickett going to the Grizzlies, I guess. Yeah, I don't know much about those guys, to be honest. This guy Tosan to the Wizards, I'm happy to see him here. Machovic King Castellon is also a player I do like. So yeah, that is my draft. So of course we have Victor 1, Brandon Miller, so the top 2 they stay the same. Amen Thompson to the Trailblazers would be fun. Scoot Henderson to the Rockets, think would be also a lot of fun. Ozar staying with my Pistons. Black going to the Magic. Cam Whitmore is moving up quite a bit, but that was expected. Going to the Pacers. Cason Wallace 8 instead of Bilal. Keontae George staying in Utah. He does a great job there, so very happy to see that. The same with Derek Lively, the second. Bilal going 11 to the Magic. He just has a little bit more time there. Harkes to the Thunder. I mean, he and J-Dub together, that would be a steal. Tyler Hendricks going to Toronto. Hawkins stays in New Orleans. And Jarris Walker to the Hawks. Brandon to the Jazz. And Grady Dick to the Lakers. Guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did so, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like, write a comment, give me some feedback. I'm always reading it. I would love to get into conversation with you guys. And like always, I love you and peace.